Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. If you hear all that noise in the background, that was me pulling out of my parking back. That parking spot that took me uh, 2 hours almost to dig myself out of will still be there. I doubt it, but what can you do? I mean, I could have just stayed parked up in that spot, but it is what it is. The thing that makes it a good chance, a decent chance, I won't even say a good chance, like a decent chance of that spot being available to me when I get back is the fact that I have a pretty small car, and I dug a space that was kind of just big enough for my car to get out of, because that took some. I did some math calculations, took some exact, calculations for me to say, okay, how little do I have to shovel to be able to get this car out of the spot that it's in? All right, okay, you're in my way, so I'm just gonna head on down this way. Chocolate Capricorn, how are you? Long time no see. I haven't had a mod on here. Well, I did have mod on one or two of my lives, so I won't say I haven't had any mod, but I haven't had many mods on my most recent lives. But I know that's also because I probably fell out of the algorithm a little bit because I was deathly sick for about 2 weeks. I feel pretty good. I was about to say I feel great. I feel about 80%. Took some Tylenol. Feel 80% better. This is my first time leaving my house since what is this man do? I know there's no sidewalk, sir, but there's also no place for me to put my car. So yeah, you're welcome for not hitting you. 34 people? Okay. Before the 34 people goes down to like 2, like my page, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Canada gets a lot of snow, but I'm not in Canada. But yes, when I was in Canada, I remember there was being a lot of snow. But actually, out of all the places that I lived, the place that got the most snow was Michigan. Michigan used to get a ton of snow. Like, when people would talk to me about Canada, I'd be like, you haven't seen it in Michigan. Michigan is wild. The snow mountains in Michigan are so wild. 14 people on the channel. Hit the like button. I'm out of the algorithm. All parts. What do you mean all parts? All parts of Canada? I mean, it's probably the same thing like here. The West Coast, British Columbia, like the places that are bordering California and stuff, they probably get much less snow than we do over here on the East Coast, I'm assuming. I've never been to the West Coast of Canada. I've only been to Ontario and Quebec. Those are the only two provinces in Canada that I've been to. I would like to go to some of the others though, because I was born in Canada, but I was in one region for my whole life when I was over there. I've been more places. I've been more different places over here in the United States than I was over there. Here, I've been to okay. I think the first place that I was ever in was Detroit, and that's because my family lived there. I lived in Massachusetts. I lived in Georgia. I have been to only in the past 6 7 years. I've been to Florida a few times, Orlando, Tampa Bay, Palm Beach, Miami. How do you say it? Boca Raton. Yeah, those are the places in Florida that I've been to. Let's see. I've been to, well, obviously the places around me here: Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, um, Connecticut, Jersey. I've been. I think I did one of those "How many states have you been to" things, and I think that the number of states that I've been to is like maybe half of them. I've probably been to half of the states, and the majority of them are on the East Coast or the Midwest. The Midwest. Um, I've only been to the West Coast that one time when I went to California. Did I go to California more than once? No. Yeah, 2021, Los Angeles was my only time in California and my only time in the West Coast. Have I been to Europe? I have not traveled this world, and I need to. I need to travel the world, and I have not. The only place I've been to, the only place I've been to that's far from me is Africa, and I was too young to remember that. All I have is pictures. I don't have real memories of being in Africa. I don't have real memories of being in Africa. I would love to go to Europe though. I have family in London too, actually. I have a lot of family in London, and my grandparents lived in London. My aunt and my uncle, rest in peace to my uncle. They were both born in London. Yeah. I would love to go there though. I really would. I need to organize some. I need to organize a trip. I need to see different places. I'm tired of New York. Have you been to London? Chocolate? Do 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 do. Thanks for the happy poop. I'll be in LA. I hope that your experience. Oh, twice. Nice. I hope that your LA experience is much better than mine was. That's all I can say about that. I had such a vision of what it would be like to be in LA. I was like, LA is going to be the most fantastic thing I've ever done in my life. And I don't know. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but maybe depending on what you go for. Somebody was trying to tell me I need to go back, and then they were like, you need to look up different tours, and you need to um, find these certain restaurants and go to these specific beaches. And I'm like, first of all, that was probably my most expensive trip. My 7 day cruise was half as much. I spent, no, not half. If you include the plane ticket, it's not half. But I spent more on my trip to LA than I spent on my trip to, than I did on my cruise. Okay, asparagus alloy. You are already hidden. Yeah. How did y'all spend your snow day? I spent mine. Oh my goodness. So yesterday, while the snow was coming down, I knew it would be so much if I left it all for today. So I shoveled the steps and the sidewalk, I think 3 different times yesterday. I circled back for a fourth time. I shoveled it for a fourth time today, like once the snow had all stopped. It was the sidewalk and the porch and the steps were much easier because I had already shoveled it 3 times. But digging out my car took so much out of me. I was out there from like 9:30 or so, 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning, and then I finished everything about 12, a little after 12, and then from there, and then from there, I came back inside and I fell asleep, and I was asleep for like 3 hours, just from being that tired from the shoveling. I, when I was shoveling, it dawned on me. I was like, you know what? I'm now around the age that my dad was when he used to be like, son, if you go outside and shovel the driveway and the sidewalk, I'm gonna give you $20. And I used to feel like I was stealing from him to be able to get $20 just for shoveling snow. But at this stage and at this age, I'm like, it's a whole job. He was getting off on me. I mean, granted, what does a little kid need with $20 anyways? But okay, you went to well, I worked anyways. I worked remotely. I didn't go into work. There would have been nothing for me to go into work for because our clients come in to the building and they didn't come in today. That they were told that it's a snow day, so it's an off day. So there would be nothing for me to go in for anyways. And actually, quite frankly, my job, my specific job that I'm in right now, my specific job that I'm in right now, I don't need to come in for the job. There's reasons why I'm still going in. They've asked me if I want to become remote. Um, I shouldn't even be admitting this on YouTube, but I say a lot of things on YouTube that people say I shouldn't say. People in my life say that I shouldn't say. But the thing that I'm going to say is that I spent 5 years from 2020 through 2025 working from home. And while it's nice to work from home, there's a lot more questions about what are you doing? What are you spending your time on? How many minutes a day are you working? Blah, 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 blah. Metrics, metrics, metrics. When you're in the office, they still ask you those same kind of things, but there's a little bit more leeway because in the office they can see you. They know that sometimes you might get sidetracked with a side task that someone gives you to do. A client might have an emergency or something that they consider an emergency that they want your help with, and then you're down this rabbit hole of doing that, and you can always have that as an excuse. At home, you have to do more to justify being at home, and that's the reason why thus far I have resisted the temptation to go back home. And then also, like, working from home is cool. I think it would be better if I had a real, what am I trying to say here? If I had like a real office setup at home, like a place where I could really concentrate. And it's just like this is just my workspace. Like I do have a space that I have set aside for that. However, I don't know. However, I don't know how to explain it. If you know, you know. Okay. Playground. The snow states always laugh at us in Texas. I'm sure they do. I remember this one week digging up the car, you know, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. I have to get some things from what's it called? CVS. Home office. I mean, I get it's just hard. Like if I was in a house, yes. If I lived in an actual, I own this house and I can dedicate a room in the house towards working, then yes. But in a one floor, in a house where I'm on one floor, it's so different because it's like, and then I don't know if anyone has ever worked from home with other people in the house. To them, it's not like you're working. So, oh, let's just bother him. Uh, mm, 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 mm. So he pretty much had this. Well, he had not the same, but he had a similar time frame as me. Mine was March 2020 to March 2025. That's kind of crazy. I was just thinking about that this year. It was 5 years. It's literally almost 5 years on the dot. That's how it was for me. Popeye's errand.
Anything else? Oh, you have those, what is it, strawberry cream cheese? Pie? We have strawberry pie. What, with the cream cheese? Strawberry pie, yeah. Strawberry pie. Cheese. Right? Strawberry cream cheese pie and apple loaf, yeah. Sure. Jimmy, 2 strawberry pie, please. Strawberry, 2. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I get 2 breasts, spicy. You say you want to mash, bottled water, yeah. 3-piece tender, side order fries, and 2 strawberry pie, right? Alright, so you can get 2 fries for $5. You want it? 2 for $5. How much is one? $4.33. Okay. Pick up some?
No.
$28.55. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vito, another classic.
No.
Light mango pickles.
Yeah, so in 2020, when my job had first been remote, they were not equipped or prepared to tell us what we were supposed to do remotely, because nobody was remote at that time. So I had a job where it was just a simple, I meet with clients, I meet with X amount of clients per day, and then I write notes for the clients that I met. They used to have a secretary back in the days when secretaries was a thing. And the secretary would create my schedule. You're going to see this person at this time, this one at this time. I didn't even know what my schedule was until I came in, because the secretary would book everything. And then I would come in, I'd ask for the paper that has my schedule on it, and then I would have a list. Okay, you're going to see this one at 9, this one at 10, this one at 11, this one at 12, etc., etc. Then I was like, you know what? Now that I'm home and there is no secretary scheduling my stuff, I was like, why don't I just see all of my people as early as possible? So I started calling all of them, and I made my schedule as such that unless somebody had a specific reason why they couldn't see me in the morning, I would see them all between the hours of 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then I'd write all my notes, and then at 12:30, I would do Instacart. Or if I didn't feel like doing Instacart, I would just relax for the rest of the day. So 2020 was get money days. I had like 4 jobs at the same time in 2020. Now I can say that because the statute of limitations is over. That's how I cleared out $12,000 of debt. 6 months. I had no debt in 2020. I wish I could go back to those days. Hi, Pepe. I didn't do much today, but yet I feel so tired. By the way, how can a chicken burger be 700 calories? Thank you. there. Pet Supply Plus. Woo, sorry if you can hear that wind. I refreshed just in case y'all couldn't hear me. All right. I liked how Chocolate called it a field trip or something. It was just me getting some food. Errands, that's what she said. This is my first time outsiding in 2 to 3 days. I've been inside, aside from when I went outside to shovel snow. But aside from that, I'm so sure that when I get back home that I'm not gonna have my parking spot, but I needed to outside. Outsiding is important for me. For those who don't know, I have, and I know some people would try to say, you are not your illness. Yeah, I know I'm called agoraphobia. And the agoraphobia is can be debilitating, and it's the reason why I always have to make sure that I get out a certain amount and socialize and everything. But anyways, y'all, I've been on here for almost half an hour. Appreciate y'all if you've been here all this time, or if you jumped on at any point in time. Thank you for your support. Oh, I'm considering. I have all these extra pictures because I always bring pictures to these challenge events. I have a signed picture of Kara. I have a couple signed pictures of Wes Bergman. I think I still have a couple of signed Ashley pictures left. If any of you are interested, I might sell them. I might raffle them. I don't know. I might keep them. If nobody wants them, I might just keep them. We'll see. It just depends on what y'all tell me. All right. Heading off this thing, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content.